Okay guys, today we're going to start tackling multi-step algebra problems, and basically it's just taking what we learned already in the single-step problems and going up a notch. You have to make sure you show your work, you have to slow down and show your steps even if you think this is really simple, because this is the point where you'll really start to make a lot of mistakes. If you don't show your work, you'll miss out on steps and it won't make sense. So I've got a couple of problems, and it's the easiest way to do it is just to jump into it, and we'll talk about the different steps as we go along. The first problem I have is 2x minus 6 equals 10. Well, the first thing that we want to do is we want to take care of the number that is not with the variable. So we leave the number with the variable for last. So let's worry about this minus 6. And if you remember before, the way that we got rid of a minus 6 is that we would add 6 to both sides of the problem. And that leaves me with 2x equals 10 plus 6 is 16. Now I've got 2x equals 16, and you can tackle that part of the problem. You want to get the variable by itself. Remember, isolation of the variable is the key. So the way to get rid of 2 times x is to divide by 2. And if I divide both sides by 2, the 2's cancel out and leaves me with just x. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Now, you should always go back and plug in your answer into your problem, and you say 2 times x is 8. So 2 times 8 is 16. 16 minus 6 equals 10. You know it makes sense. You've double checked your work. Alright, let me get this one out of the way. Let's move down to 4y plus 7 equals 5. So we want to get rid of that 7, and the way we want to do that is the plus 7, so we want to subtract 7 from both sides. Leaves us with 4y. Remember, from your integers, you have 5, you're taking away 7. The number with the greatest absolute value dictates the sign, so it's going to be a negative answer. If you have $5 and you have to pay out 7, that means you are in debt by $2. Okay, now we've got 4y equals negative 2. The way you get rid of the 4 is to divide, because previously we were multiplying 4 times y. So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. That cancels that out. And that leaves me with y equals negative 2 over 4. Now, this might be a little bit different. We've not had many answers that have been left as fractions, but always remember your answer has to be in simplest form. So, you know that 2 over 4 simplifies down by dividing numerator and denominator by 2, and that leaves us with y equals negative 1/2. Plug it back into your original problem to start that out. Negative 1/2 times 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 7 equals 5. It's been double checked. Everything is good. Alright, last one for tonight. I've got n over 2 minus 4 equals 3. So we'll start with the minus 4. You want to add 4 to both sides. And that leaves me with n over 2 equals 3 plus 4 is 7. Now remember that we are dividing in this operation the n over 2. So the way that you get rid of a division problem is that you multiply both sides by the denominator. That leaves me with n equals 14. If you plug that back in to the original problem, 14 over 2, 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 minus 4 is 3. It's also been checked. So, shouldn't be too much harder than what we were doing before. Just a little bit more to think about. Things that you need to remember is that you want to get rid of the number that is not with the variable first. You always solve an algebra problem by doing its inverse. If it's addition, do subtraction. If it's subtraction, do addition. And then finally, use multiplication or division if you have to get the variable all by itself. So, good luck on these. I will see you in class tomorrow.